Hello all. It is Thursday, April 16th, 2020. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 197. Hello, MOJO. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpurl-doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out, on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together, on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group. So you don't have to remember all of that because, oh, my hair. In the handy dandy down bar below is a link to the show notes, to the Ravelry group, and to my Etsy store, which, if you click on the link to the show notes, you can see at the top of the show notes under the video is the social media link, so you can go over there, click and follow me, and there's the Ravelry group. You can click on there and join. Thank you. I do a Ravelry group birthday shout out every podcast, and these birthdays are from today until the end of the month, and we have 4 birthdays. The first one, I always fear saying this name, and I'm going to butcher it, I'm sure, but it's Hernlos 22. You know who you are. Her birthday's today. Happy birthday. Shepherd's Knits is on the 21st. Crochet Knit 2 is on the 26th. And Survivor 11 is on the 27th. So happy birthday, you all. I hope that you had a wonderful birthday, even in this shelter at home stuff. I hope that you got to spend time with friends and family virtually if they don't live in your house, and that you got good gifts, and that you had your version of a birthday cake. Happy birthday, you guys. Story of the week and stash enhancement. There's no new stash, and I have been experiencing some low mojo over the last week, but I did get some knitting done before the blahs happened. But no, well, there are some foes. At the time of writing the show notes, I forgot that I do have some foes. So, kind of foes. Anyway, things have been steady at work and home. No virus in either location yet, but that's not true either. Not now. There, a couple of the facilities have. Anyway, I thank God that we are still okay. Some crazy moments at work. Today, I found out the building that I was in just has a positive virus. So I came home, showered, cleaned everything. As I left the building, because I knew before I left the building that there was as I walked out of the door, I took my hand sanitizer and washed my hands real good a couple of times, and got in the car, got home, took a shower, did all of that. So we're good. But last Wednesday, after working for 2 hours, I got notification that I needed to go home because I was in a building the week before that had a positive. The nurse had tested positive. But, yeah. So I was told to go home. And after being stressed and scared for a moment, I had gotten home and I'd got notification, oh, it's okay, come back. You know, you just have to wear, it's okay to be in the building. You just have to wear an N95 mask, which the facility would provide. I, however, was overwhelmed and decided to stay home. So, and after that, I thought to myself, well, you know, I was just as exposed as if I had gone to the grocery store, because we never know when we go to the grocery store or when we go do some like Walgreens or whatever, that there might be somebody in there that is positive. We don't know. We just have to take the precautions that we need to take. Wear a mask, wash your hands, do the things that you need to do to stay safe. But anyway, all in all is well. And we got notification today that we were no longer, because I have been traveling between buildings because there wasn't enough hours. But now I am going to be in one building, and so far that building does not have, that we know of, any COVID-19, but I'm not going to get full hours, which in the past has meant that if you don't have at least 35 hours a week, you lose your benefits. But because this isn't our fault, they're going to waive that for now. So all is well, all is good. So we're going to move on after those stories. Anyway, like I said, I've just been kind of blasé the last week about my knitting, but I do have some finished objects because I guess it was after I did the podcast 2 weeks ago, I got this, I don't know for sure where I got this pattern. I don't know if it was Facebook or it must have been Facebook. Hang on, I'll just look it up, and if I need to cut this out, I'll cut it out. But if I was on Facebook, I think I saved it to my favorites. Let me see. Well, posts. Okay, let me go to my posts. Manage posts. Did I save it? No, I guess I didn't. Filter, let me say filter private tags. No. Go to what? Anyway, it was either a Facebook, it had to be Facebook. There was a pattern for a crocheted mask. So here's the shape, and I thought I have these snaps and I will snap in a filter, but that didn't work. It kind of worked, but it didn't, because with it on, these snaps are irritating and uncomfortable. And if you've got to wear this all day, you know. But the pattern is awesome, and now, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with these ones with the snaps on them. So obviously with I took the snap out. I can't take these snaps off because they're the plastic kind that's permanent, but I can still wear this and it's not as irritating with the snaps on, but this won't protect because, you know, you can see me. So okay, so that's just one's a snap on it. This is one with a snap on it. This is the one that I made that doesn't have a snap on it. And what you do for added, because this material is not going to filter enough. So here's a paper towel. Put that paper towel in. You put it on. Oops. And that usually doesn't show. And you can wear it and have a filter. And it's not bad. I probably wouldn't wear this at work because I'm wearing them most of the time all day long. I think it might get tiresome. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to wear it tomorrow and see. Can you hear me? Sorry. So this is our life now, wearing masks every time we go out. But so I did make 4 of these, and I'm kind of sad that I was so excited about using my snaps and putting some t-shirt material to add, but it's uncomfortable. These snaps up against your skin are an irritant. So, but I did make one without this and didn't put the snaps on, and you put a paper towel or something in as your filter, and then you can throw the filter away and wash this. There you go. That was my finished objects. Works in progress. The throw, which is a recipe. I'm using the Granny's Favorite dishcloth recipe, and I'm knitting this during American Idol. There were 2 American Idols, and I got about, I counted before, I think I got about 14 rows done of this. You can see where I was. I'm on the final ball of 3 balls. And this is just in my bag. A lady never discusses the size of her yarn stash. So this is the final ball, and this is where I am. I'm going down. I'll be glad when it's done. It'll be a nice, comfy blanket. So I did get, like I said, I knit on this during American Idol, which is every Sunday night. There were 2 Sunday nights since the last podcast. Just leave it there. I'll stuff it in later. So the log cabin, I did like 2 rows. So I'm not going to show it. The virus shawl, I maybe did 1. I'm not going to show that. The sweater, however, you know how it is when, well, for me, when I start something to get excited about it, it's pretty much all I want to work on. Except for this past week, which I haven't wanted to work on it. And I started something new. Did I write that down in my podcast? No, I didn't. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you it anyway. So this is the Nomad Fair Isle knit sweater, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Gail Bunn. It's a Yarnspiration. I think it's Yarnspiration pattern. Anyway, this is where I was. I was this part was complete. I finished the short rows. I finished the color work, and I separated for the sleeves, and I'm knitting down the body. So I've got about another inch of stockinette, and then I'll do 2 inches of rib and bind off and do the sleeves. Hopefully my knitting will hang on, I'm losing stitches. One moment, please. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. I'll fix that later. So, there you have it. It's beautiful. I love the colors so much. So pretty. The color work is just so fast and exciting. And then I got into this stockinette and I'm like, ugh. But like I said, I have an inch to do, and then I do the ribbing and bind off and work on the sleeves. So that did get a lot of love, obviously, for the first week anyway. Boy. I don't know why I keep dropping these stitches. Darn it. Okay. I'm going to put it away before I ruin it. And it just sits over here. I don't have it in a bag. One last thing I started. I was watching this crochet, the Secret Yarnery, which is a lady in Africa that does a little weekly thing chat, and so she shared a project that she had done. I can't remember what it was called, but it's kind of like an adult version of a mermaid tail, but it's not fancy. It's a toe cozy, she called it. Anyway, she crocheted it, but when I saw it, I thought, I need one for the summertime when the air conditioning's coming up this. So it just it just fits your feet in, and you bring it up. You knit a tube up to behind your knees, then you separate it and make a blanket. Anyway, I can't explain it, but I'm using my leftover Knit Picks Brava, which that is what that sweater is made out of. Let me just tell you that. It's made out of Celestial and corn flour in the Knit Picks Brava bulky. Sorry. And the sweater is knit on US 9s and 10s. I'll have to do some correcting on my show notes. But anyway, this I'm using all my leftovers from the sweaters I've knit. And this is what I'm knitting. It's a pouch. You start out, this is just, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I knitted a garter enough where my feet can comfortably fit in, and then I started going around. This was knit flat, and then I picked up stitches, and I'm knitting a pouch. I also did some increasing after I got so far on the pouch so that it would be big enough to cover my legs. Then I knit for however long until it gets up behind my knees. Then I separate and knit like a blanket. Knit flat to cover your lap. This is a work in progress, and it's pretty much flying by the seat of my pants because she didn't really give a pattern. She just said, you make the bottom so you can comfortably put your feet in it and not stuck together like a mermaid tail, but spacious. So anyway, I know this is clear as mud, but here's what my base looks like. So my feet can comfortably sit in it, and then you just build a tube. You pick up, I started where I'd left off, and then I just went around and picked up all the stitches, And I knit for maybe an inch, and if you can tell, I added stitches. You can tell I did. I kind of guesstimated on my stitch increases, so it'd be a little bit bigger going up my leg. I don't think I'm going to do any more increases. I'm just going to keep knitting around and around and around. This is from my other yarn, from my other Nomad Sweater that I knit recently, and this is from leftover yarn from my first turtle dove. I'm just using up the leftover yarns from the other sweaters that I've knit, and then I'm going to just like try to find the same weight, or maybe hold 2 worsted weights together if I need to finish this. We shall see. So these are majorly the 2 things that I've been working on, and that's all I have. No spinning. It's going to be a short one and kind of crazy because we're kind of living in some crazy times. Here's my bag of yarn I have left to put in this, and then I will have leftover yarn from this other sweater, which will go in, and it'll be crazy looking, and it'll be a memory of all the sweaters that I've knit, and it'll keep my feet and legs warm this summer. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've noticed I have a few new subscribers. Thank you so much. And a couple, and a new member of the group. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast. Stay safe out there, you guys. Bye.